there's a lot of thought in building this musical puzzle. And we don't even have the corners yet. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. Now today we're looking at a band called Thornhill, and we're doing so for two main reasons. First of all, I've had a ton of different requests on many different videos. If you guys are excited about them, then I am too. The second reason is a bit sadder. I was on Twitter and I saw that Dayseeker shared a post from Thornhill where they were saying that they basically had just about all their equipment and gear stolen from them. I believe someone broke into like a rehearsal studio or something like that. Let me tell you, this is devastating for a band. And it's not just the financial value of all the equipment. It's the programming of all the pedals, the building of the guitar rigs, sentimental value attached to any particular instruments, or I don't know their music yet, but if they use like laptops and samples, that's like another whole thing. It's hard to get those back, especially when you're trying to go on tour. It's horrible. So I wanted to try and do something just a little bit nice and look at a song and a band that you guys are excited about, and I'm going to post links in the description so that you can follow them to see what's happening and also see how you can help. If it's something that's within your means, there will be a link in the description for you to do so. And be nice if the music community can come together to help them out. I think that would be really nice. I don't have any updates at the time of this recording if they found any of the gear or if they found the people responsible, if they've been able to replace anything. So please follow them on Twitter to check that out. But yeah, wanted to do something nice and check out some new music. Right, without further ado, Thornhill, Where We Go When We Die. Official music video. Let's see what you got. Okay, hang on a hot minute. This is fantastic. I will go back to the beginning. I want to. It's important. And actually, I don't want to go all the way back. I want to go to right over there. It's amazing how your eyes can be incredibly helpful to your ears. When you go out to a nice restaurant and you order a meal, part of the experience of enjoying that meal is the visual stimulus, because you do in part eat with your eyes. And when it comes to live performances, music videos, even visualizers, you do in part listen with your eyes. What I mean by that is, if you look at this picture right here, as the sound started out, I was kind of waiting for it to ramp up in its EQ, right? I wanted it to be more bright and top heavy. It felt different. And then you see this, and I see the water, and I see her ears under the water, and I'm like, oh, that's what I'm hearing. You feel slightly restricted by the EQ of being underwater, but you have the privilege of hearing the space above it. If you've watched any of my reactions before, you'll know that I'm slightly obsessed with how songs are set up, and I think this was done really smartly, delicately, and smartly, because the power kicked in and was awesome. I love a simple thing like how you go from a snare placement of a second count to each count starting on the 1, which is kind of an offset. It throws the pattern. Bit nostalgic for me because I grew up with a lot of this kind of music, and a band I'm thinking of vocal wise, they don't sound the same by any means, but just inspiration for me to like think back to my youth is Circa Survive. It's got a similar approach to having that high vocal that has this melody that is somewhat purposefully detached from the musical melody. Feels more dragged out, softer, on top of something more harsh. Wow. Okay, back to the beginning, and I'm gonna shush. There's a thud coming in here. Hang on. That is very beautiful. I want to hear a little bit of that again. Of course, if you are new to my channel, please don't get frustrated when I pause. You may not be used to my style of reactions, but I highly encourage always that you go and listen to the song first, and then you listen along with me, and who knows, maybe we figure some stuff out together. That's beautiful. So there's a lot of power in what they do, that distortion that you're hearing in one of the main riffs earlier on. It sounds like there's a lot of upstrumming, and what I mean by that is the chord is led by the brightness ever so slightly. May not be the case, but it sounds like that to me. But there is kind of that full bandwidth of the EQ. You have a lot of the power sitting in the low end, you have a lot of the brightness sitting at the top, and you have a lot of the cut through sitting in the middle. Now, balancing all that's really difficult, so shout out every engineer and mastering engineer. But here where it's just the vocals and it's so beautiful, there's so much spatial effects on there. No coincidence that we're seeing him outside, and it feels like the wave of the vocal is limitless. But it's removed a lot of that bass. It's removed a lot of the brightness at the top. It's just sitting in your vocal mid-range, which is somewhere around 1K, 2K, depending. But it's roughly speaking there. And that is going to shoot right down the middle of a track to you. So it's going to feel full. But it allows for either a break, which I don't think they're going to do because I heard drums coming a little bit more tenderly. That may be a way for them to build it up again slowly. There's a lot of thought in building this musical puzzle. And we don't even have the corners yet. Okay, hang on. Go back a bit. Let's go back to, this is important. This is how layering works. And this is how you can train your ears to find things that the band doesn't necessarily want you to hear as a leading sound. In this heavier piece, and they've been very, very delicate with which frequencies they are going to push in front of you and take away. And at the moment, you're getting a lot of them. But in this piece here, listen to on the snare hit, along with some of the chord accents. You're going to hear in the background of it something high pitched. It sounds like a constant siren or alarm that has like an accent to it, which aligns with that. It's a similar process to if the whole band kind of accents a particular part of a song. You normally hear that when there's a big stop or sudden break in something. Listen carefully. It sounds like there's a bit of synth or some kind of siren-y effect that's going off in the background on the top. And you can hear it accent and tweak with it. Now, I'm not sure entirely what that is, but there is something there. Get in. Oh, wow. Wow. I like to do shout outs at the end of my video if anyone else has done a reaction to the song I've just looked at. I don't see one, which is saddening to me because it's brilliant. It is something I am slightly familiar with. It's a brand new take, a fresh look on something that feels a bit nostalgic and familiar to me, and I love it. I love it. There were a lot of comments and requests for this, and there were a lot of people going, "You're gonna love this." Now, full disclosure, a lot of people are like, "You're gonna love this," and it's not always the case. I want to say my job as a reactor, but it isn't my job. I don't get paid. Hopefully one day. But my job as a reactor, at least for me, what I want to achieve is to celebrate music, to educate, to use my background and experiences to hopefully introduce you to new music. And if you already know them, maybe help give you a deeper listening experience. Create plausible scenarios on why things were done a certain way to help you appreciate it just a little bit more. This was amazing. They're an incredible band, and it hurts even more to know that they're going through kind of the hardships that they are. And, you know, of course, when you think about hardships, it's not health related, which is, we know how difficult that can be. But this is their livelihood. This is their whole life, their passion. Everything they throw into this kind of thing. When you're a band of their level, this is your day to day. It's what you breathe. And when that's no longer there or threatened, your mental health, everything takes a knock. It's just a horrible thing to happen. And it's very different when it happens to like the Metallicas of the world, who can just order in new stuff and whatever. You know, it's not easy. There's a lot of personalization in gear and sentiment sometimes as well. So like I said, there will be links in the description on how you can help if it is within your means. Alternatively, just support them, give their catalog a listen, suggest new songs. I definitely will do more, and I'm hoping they get things sorted out. Like I said, at the time of recording this, I don't have any updates, so please go and follow them on Twitter and see. Hopefully, by the time this comes out, they would have sorted something. But yeah, I loved that. It was brilliant. It was beautiful. It was delicate. It was, even in its most harsh moments, it still had a layer of softness. And I'm very intrigued by the mixing or the layering of the EQ in this. It was refreshing and nice. Felt light, but it was not without power. I can tell you that. Loved it. Let me know where to go next with them, and I absolutely will do that. Until the next one, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.